What's up, people? Mugen DENT here, back with you with another video, and today we will not be talking about. This time we will be stepping into a new realm of Western animation. What if our greatest hero came from the stars and fell among us? What if he lived as a human? What if he had trials and tribulations? And what if he sacrificed everything for his cause? That is right, people. Today we will be talking about So to start off, Invincible is about a young man named Mark Grayson. If you took Superman and Spider-Man and they had a baby, pause. And basically that would be Mark Grayson, Invincible. And Mark is a 17-year-old high school student about to graduate. However, Mark's father is Omni-Man, the greatest hero of their generation. He has strength and speed that know no bounds. They have no form of technology that can bring harm to this hero. He is the pinnacle of heroes. Goes through many struggles as a teenage kid. He subtly starts to try to balance the life of being a hero, being a good son, and his own teenage life. Because we all know about teenage drama, and it can be a very awkward time. The stress that Mark feels going through this entire series is phenomenal. How it is written, how it is expressed through the voice acting, and how it is drawn and animated. Mark's father is the greatest hero, Omni-Man, and you can imagine what it means to try to live up to the name of the great hero that his father is. Through the series, we have a couple different plot elements, such as a whodunit on who killed the Guardians of the Globe, which is the Justice League stand-in, basically. We also have the plotline of Mark developing a relationship with his new girlfriend, Amber, as well as the plotline of him trying to be the hero that his father wants him to be the Viltrumite that his father would want him to be, because Omni-Man comes from Viltrum, and on Viltrum they basically go around the universe trying to make the universe better. They foster different races as if adopting them and taking them under their own wing to push them further in their own technology, their own understanding of the universe, and their own evolution. And they also protect these races from any forces on the outside who would do them harm. And that's very important. Omni-Man was sent to Earth to help us. And the reason is because we seem to have great potential. And our technology seems to be pretty much primitive to them. They know that they could help us technologically evolve into better people, into better societies. No one will go sick, no one will go hungry, no one will be homeless. The world will be beautiful. No pollution. The world will be beautiful. And that is Omni-Man's job, is to make sure that the outside forces in the universe do not destroy the Earth before we can hit a better technological stage. Now, let's talk about Adam Eve. Adam Eve is the female counterpart to Mark, and in a lot of ways, she is Mark's mentor at being a teenage superhero. See, his father is a mentor to him about being a superhero, but his father is the greatest superhero. It's kind of hard to take lessons from a man like that the rest of the world looks at as a god. And because his father is such a great hero, sometimes he'll be gone for weeks, maybe even months at a time, on dangerous missions. People think, oh, he may be dead. There's a part in the comic where Omni-Man saves Mark and the rest of the team from an invasion of aliens, and he rushes through a portal. And when Mark returns home, he says, Dad had to come and save us, and he flew through a portal thing, and I don't know what's gonna happen to him. And all his mother says to Mark is, oh, so he won't be home for dinner? Because this is such a normal thing for her, because she has so much faith in her husband and his strength. However, Adam Eve is able to relate more to Mark because they're both teenage heroes trying to balance the life of being a good hero on top of the life of being a teenager. And the naivete that Mark has at the time, she is a guiding light for Mark, teaching him the ways and the things that he should be doing, or how he may be able to help in any small capacity that he can. And she also motivates Mark not to give up in the beginning when he feels like he cannot save even one single woman. She is his motivation. Now, Adam Eve at the time is dating another member of the team, a boy named Rexplode, and Rex is one of the biggest assholes of this show, and we love it. Rex is very self-centered, Rex is very arrogant, and Rex does not know the meaning of sacrifice, but it does come into play once you understand Rex's backstory, and later whenever you start to see the transition in Rex's character. We also have Robot, which is a robot supercomputer, autonomous on the team. And then we have Duplicate. I'm not doing spoilers. That's why, if you're wondering, I'm not doing spoilers. I'm working through the video, and then we'll get to some spoilers closer to the end. Just work with me. The last member of the team is Duplicate. She has the ability to infinitely duplicate herself. All of them can share their knowledge almost instantaneously. And even if you kill her clone, she still lives as long as one clone lives. And that is the original team and Mark Grayson. After the Guardians of the Globe are murdered, a worldwide investigation is basically taking place, and it is headed by the GDF. Let's talk about the GDF, the Global Defense Force. The GDF is led by a man named Cecil Stedman, an older cat. And Cecil, while being regular, completely human, I think they're like a branch of the CIA. They operate out of the Pentagon on a secret level. Cecil knows people, and Cecil can see far beyond the scope of normal people. Cecil can see things, and he understands things. Cecil creates countermeasures for those countermeasures. He is a man to be feared even among the superhero community. And these are our big players of the season. As they go through this season, they want to figure out what really happened to the Guardians. At the same time, Omni-Man wants to train Mark personally. He wants Mark to learn not only how to be a good hero from his father, but learn to be a Viltrumite, to be strong. Viltrumites are basically all Superman. Every last one of them is Superman. Imagine 1,000 Supermen. Just imagine Superman, but 1,000 of them. Okay, I don't know many armies in many different universes of fiction that could take on the might of 1,000 Supermen. And that is what the Viltrumites are. They are mission orientated, and their mission is everything to them. They also live for a very long time. Some can even live to be about 3,000 years old. And as they get older, they age slower and they get more powerful. But they also have the Zenkai boost from Dragon Ball Z. Anybody who doesn't know what that is, the Zenkai boost is basically the fact that with Saiyans on Dragon Ball Z, the closer to death a Saiyan gets and recovers, the stronger they become. That is why through Dragon Ball Z, Goku always becomes so much stronger, because he always gets so close to death and still lives. And that is how the Viltrumites are. The more that they get close to death, the more that they are beaten, the more that they are broken, and they recover from these beatings and these broken bones, these broken limbs, the stronger they become physically. All of this comes to a head during the season because the Guardians of the Globe die right at the end of episode 1. Season 1, episode 1 ends off with the Guardians of the Globe being summoned to their super secret hideout, basically, only to find out that the one who summoned them is a betrayer, because it is Omni-Man who kills the Guardians of the Globe in the most ruthless fashion. And see, if you see the fight, it looks like it was a pretty close fight. It damn wasn't. It just wasn't. And I'll explain. Omni-Man actually pulls his punches, pulls his fighting style, slows himself down. He is not fighting at full capacity. He never does. Here on Earth, he never has fought to his full capacity. He's never shown anyone on Earth his top strength or his top speed. He's been playing the entire time. And even while murdering them, he plays. And the reason for this is because he needs them to damage him just as much as he damages them while killing them. So that when they finally come to recover the bodies, he looks like the only survivor. An only survivor because he's damn tough. So for the rest of the season, Cecil actually has a hint that it was him. Omni-Man and Cecil start to have a back and forth of the minds through the entire first season. That is what the whodunit element is the fact that Cecil feels that Omni-Man has done it. And Omni-Man can feel that Cecil is closing in on him. Omni-Man wants to hurry and get Mark onto his side, teach him the ways of the Viltrumites, the true ways of the Viltrumites. You see, Viltrumites are not the loving, people that he had told the planet and his son that they were. No. Viltrumites are conquerors. They are an empire of people who go around the universe enslaving different planets, forcing subjugation onto those planets. And yes, they will protect them from outside forces. They will make sure that people don't go hungry. They will make sure that people don't get sick. They will make sure that people have somewhere to stay. But the cost of those things are way greater than what it is worth. The autonomy and freedom of that planet is no more. And if you decide to resist, they will extinguish your entire species and planet within a matter of hours. For them, it's more like clocking in to do a shift at Walmart. How easy, how quick they can destroy an entire planet. They don't even need 1,000 of them. They only need a few. They only need one. It is not until Immortal finally comes back to life that all of this comes to a head within the season at the end. And Omni-Man once again kills the Immortal, but this time in front of his son. His son is highly confused. Mark knows that Immortal is one of his dad's friends. Why would his dad do something like this? And it is not until then that Nolan, aka Omni-Man, finally tells his son the truth about the Viltrum Empire and how he was sent here to take over this planet in the name of Viltrum. And now Mark is a part of taking over this planet in Viltrum's name. However, Mark does not know Viltrum. He doesn't know Viltrumites. He cares for the people of Earth. Another weakness in the eyes of the Viltrumite Empire. Emotions. He also explains to Mark that the Viltrumites were able to become so powerful by having a mass cleansing of their own race. And that is how they breed strong Viltrumites. It's almost like Sparta. You know, you start off with a class of 1,000 kids, only one kid can graduate. Once Mark decides that he's not going to help his father resolves to kill him. Because you got to think, if I'm not mistaken, the comic says that Nolan is about 1,200 years old. What is 17 years to him? And he even says it to Mark as he beats him into the ground. He beats Mark all over the entire planet, and the fight ends at Mount Everest, where at the last minute, Nolan just cannot kill his son. He reminisces on good times that he had with Mark and his wife Debbie, and he can't take the killing blow. And then he yells at Mark,
"Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark! You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you.
and this hurts Nolan, this breaks him, because Nolan knows how important he was to Mark. He knows the man that Mark saw him as, and he knows that Mark will never see him as that person again. And so he leaves the planet without causing any more destruction. I won't get into season 2 or any plot elements there. This is just a video to see, you know, these are the type of things I like to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I tried to do it a little bit different. I tried to, try to sound a little bit more normal than nervous. The first few videos were just me getting used to some things, so things should be progressing a little bit better from now on in. I hope you guys did enjoy it again. And remember, nothing has changed except the name, Deity Gang.